Have you ever stopped to think about how a single event can set off a chain reaction, altering the course of history? Welcome to the intricate world of Middle Eastern politics, where a spark can kindle a flame, and that flame can ignite a wildfire. Our journey begins in the year 2022, in the sweltering heat of the summer. The United States and Iran were in intense indirect talks in Doha, Qatar, aiming to restore the 2015 nuclear deal. However, these negotiations ended without progress, leaving the world on edge. Iran was nearing the amount of enriched uranium needed for a nuclear bomb, a development that could potentially prompt military action from adversaries. Meanwhile, the failure in these negotiations could lead to a prolonged stalemate, with implications not just for the US midterm elections, but also Iran's presidential election in 2025. These talks, facilitated by the EU chief negotiator Enrique Mora, took place amidst concerns about Iran's nuclear program and its economic situation under sanctions. As the year progressed, the situation in the Middle East continued to deteriorate. The war in Ukraine influenced the urgency and dynamics of the negotiations. Tragic events unfolded, including the death of Al Jazeera correspondent Shireen Abu Akleh, attributed to Israeli military gunfire, and Hezbollah launching drones towards an Israeli gas rig. Fast forward to November 2021, President Joe Biden's top foreign policy goal was on the brink of collapsing. The Iran nuclear deal was in danger due to stalled talks in Vienna. Iran was violating the deal's limits on uranium enrichment, raising concerns about a potential conflict in the Middle East. The situation was dire. The US and Western leaders were urging Iran to return to compliance, but tensions remained high, with the possibility of military escalation looming. The negotiations faced challenges, including Iran's suspension of talks after the election of a hardline president. Fast forward to today, the 3rd of April 2024. The tensions in the Middle East have escalated, and the world watches with bated breath. The stakes are high and the consequences could be catastrophic. However, it's not just about watching and waiting, it's about acting, about staying informed, about promoting peace. Seek information from reputable news sources, understand the implications of these events on global peace and security. Remember, the power of knowledge is immense, and with knowledge comes the power to promote peace. In these turbulent times, let's not forget the importance of international law and multilateral cooperation. Remember, the next 48 hours could be crucial in determining whether the Middle East will be plunged into further violence, or if cooler heads will prevail, steering the region away from the brink of another devastating conflict. And so, as the world watches and waits, let's hope for peace. For in the words of John F. Kennedy, mankind must put an end to war before war puts an end to mankind. In a shocking turn of events, the Iranian consulate in Syria was attacked. This incident resulted in the tragic loss of life, including 2 Iranian generals and 5 officers. While no group has claimed responsibility for the attack yet, speculation is rife, with various factions being pointed at as potential culprits. The motives behind this act of violence remain unclear, but it's certain to escalate the already tense situation in the Middle East. This incident adds another layer of complexity to the ongoing tensions, further complicating the precarious balance of power in the region. As we navigate these uncertain times, we must remember that every action has a reaction, often far-reaching and unpredictable.